Hey, I'm so glad to be back. Hi, everybody. I was like, I went live and then there was no picture, but I forgot to add myself to the stage. I'm just so darn nervous. Anyway, new setup, new stuff going on here. Hang on, my little partner wants to help. Some things never change. He's got to be in on the show. So, anyway, welcome. I'm so glad y'all are here. Thanks for waiting for me, coming back. I appreciate y'all so much. And thank you for all of those who reached out, who wanted to make sure we were okay and just checking in. It really means a lot to me. So, thank you so much. For those who asked about my dad, who is on hospice care, he is doing about the same, doing okay, but still struggling just a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to get started with questions and try to get back into the swing of things here. I have missed this. You guys have no idea. I missed y'all. Moonlight Me says, "Hi Donna, thanks for your mail response to me telling me about your live readings when you answer questions. I'm here for my sweet 15-year-old tabby cat, Kara. He is the little pharaoh who rescued me." Well, I'm glad you're here. If you can move on down, maybe further down, I'll find it, but post a question and I'll see if I can connect to Kara. Carl, hey Carl, it's 8 a.m. here. Ah, worth the wait. I hope you haven't stayed up all night. Let me see. Then it says, may I hear? I should show these for y'all. Sorry about that. I'm really out of practice. May I hear from my spirit team for guidance next week? Should I focus on this African deal or will someone else bring to me? Jawal Cool said last June, I'll be doing the happy dance around this time. Ooh, I'm not familiar with Jawal Cool, but that sounds awesome. Let me just see what I can pull for you. Let's see what your guides have to say. I've also got my cards out, so we'll hit you with a double whammy, Carl. Christina says, I'm so happy to see you this evening. Yeah, I'm happy to hear from you too. It's good to see you. I'm actually going to be in your neighborhood pretty soon. Let's see. Carl. I'm hearing that there's some teeth in this African deal. Um, this is from your guides. So stay the course. In other words, yeah, play that hand. And I'm going to see what comes up here from Wisdom of the Oracle. These are Colette Baron Reed cards that just have become like my second skin recently. And it's about, it says mending, which is all about clearing up loose ends, making sure your side of the street is clean, making sure all the information on your side, perhaps of this African deal, are complete and forthcoming. And, you've done your due diligence and given them everything that they've asked for, because the follow-up card is Come to the Edge. I mean, this is the leap of faith card. You put yourself out there. It's sort of like, whenever you take or a step toward the universe takes two steps back towards you. It's that kind of energy for Come to the Edge. And I really feel that combined with what your guides are saying about the African deal, that might be something to tie together. Sometimes, I don't know if anybody else has had this happen, but it's happened with me, with my angels and guides. They'll give me that kind of info and I'll move forward thinking, okay, well, this is going to be the one that comes together. But what it really does is it lights a fire under somebody else who's just kind of waiting in the wings, and they swoop in with, the best possible outcome. So I have faith, Carl, that you are going to find the best possible outcome. It's going to be coming to you soon. So we'll keep pulling for you, keep doing your due diligence, and thanks so much for being here. AK, could I pull cards for you? I can. It's really better if you can give a question, but I'm going to give it a shot and just see what the cards say. They order my hands, as I'm shuffling here, they order everything. So we'll see what they have to say for you. And I love your butterfly. Monarchs are my thing, man. I love Monarch Group. Monarch Group is the name of my real estate business, my former and still a little bit real estate business. The way they go into the cocoon and then they come out totally transformed and evolved and on an upward path. Just identify with that. Okay. AK. Here and now. If you look at that egg, the egg is always something new coming up. And this one's even got a door on it. And it's like a gilded door inside of a door. And this little lady is sitting on top of it like Humpty Dumpty almost, and it's got the flag. So the flag is in this deck always like a harbinger of change. So there's change in the wind for you. If you look there too, there's two signs. One says past and one says future. So I don't know if you're spending a lot of time looking back or ruminating on what's gone on, or perhaps there's some grief happening there, or if there's a worry and concern about the future. I mean, a lot of us have a worry and concern about the future right now, considering how things are going in the US. And yes, tariffs, no tariffs, here, there, tariff, just all that and everything else that's happening. A lot of people have concern about the future, but all we have right now truly is right now. So focus on the here and now. Do what you must do to take care of yourself. Do something that makes your heart smile every day. Think about the things that bring you joy. If we focus on the fear increases. And if we focus on the love in our hearts and the love of the universe and the fact that we're here to have experiences, good and bad, but we take the bad experiences and they just kind of get filed away. I mean, our soul doesn't really think of anything or give labels like good and bad to what happens to us. Our souls just want our best and they want us to learn from what happens to us. And so there's something this country is collectively having an evolutionary experience, I believe, and we each play our part in it. But for right now, this minute, we can have an impact on our sphere of influence and on ourselves. We can only control how we respond, right? So take care of yourself. Stay in the here and now. They say, the present is a gift. That's why they call it a present. So for what that's worth, I hope that makes sense for you, AK. And I'm going to move on to the next ones. Oh, there's more here. Joe Lombardi. Hi, Donna. I'm so happy. I'm happy to be back. You have no idea. My question is about my cat, Zoe. Is she happy with me? Does she have any message for me? Or does she want to tell me something? Well, let's bring Zoe in. I've got a fidgety little pup here. He's once down and then once up. Okay, he's up again. Let me bring Zoe in. Zoe comes in and her energy is like stretched out, just kind of like lounging and looking at me like, what does she mean? Is Zoe happy? Am I happy? Of course I'm happy. She kind of gives this, we have an understanding kind of thing. Like she respects you, but she knows that you respect her. And I'm not going to say she feels like the boss, but she definitely feels like a co-pilot in the house. I mean, she has her little places to go. There's something about food. She wants more of, she's giving me a taste in my mouth. Ugh. 1 second. Tastes like chicken. It tastes like roasted chicken. I don't know but if she has a roasted chicken in her diet, but it feels like that, and it feels like it's got some like gravy or savory to it. So I may be wrong on the chicken, but it sort of tastes like to me. And so I would consider she's good. Maybe something with some gravy. I don't know if she's on a wet food or dry food diet, but she's asking for that. And winking. Like, yeah. So I hope that helps. Okay. Moonlight Me is back. Question: is my cat Kara howling at angry ghost who resides on the property where I'm renting an apartment? Something horrific happened to the native people here on the property. One moment. Let me thank Zoe. Let Zoe lead my field. And I will bring in Kara. What I'm seeing, Moonlight Me, is not so much an apparition, but eyes. And this feels like a living creature that is prowling and howling and out there. I mean, sort of like the wolf is at the door kind of a creature. That's what it feels like. I don't feel like it comes every day, but she is on high alert. She is aware that there's something out there, and she's on high alert with it. So I do feel like there is definitely history around your property, but this is not about that from the energy that I'm getting. Let me just tap into you real quick and just see if there's any kind of energetic hooks on you that you might need to release. What happens sometimes is that when people put their energetic hooks in us, and sometimes a lot of people will put their energetic hooks in us, and that just depletes us. And our animals will sometimes, respond to that by trying to bring us back to the present moment with their behavior. So let me just see what's going on. If I pick up anything. I'm feeling that there is a sense of some unfinished business with somebody in your life right now, but it doesn't feel like, like they've got hooks in you and they're sending you negative energy actively or anything like that. I'm not getting that. So I think it's really more about there is something like an animal out there that's got Kara on high alert. Thank you for the question. I hope that helps. Carl said, "Oh, Kobe passed away. Wow, he sure hung in there for a long time, didn't he? He was such a trooper. He had been your longest companion, as I recall. Only now I've had a chance to tell you. Suffering for months. Yeah, I knew he was losing weight. Wow. Thank you for letting me know, and God bless Kobe. Kobe is fully restored now. You can take comfort in knowing that. Healthy, strong, fully restored. Sometimes when, in my experience with other animals, when they have had a prolonged illness, I call it a long goodbye. Before they cross over, they take a little time in what I like to call respite care when they get to the other side, and they just rest and rest up. But if you would like to hear from Kobe, you can, before you go to sleep, ask that Kobe come to you in your dreams, ask for signs, and see what happens. Sometimes they come right away. Sometimes they still need a little bit more of that respite care before they come. And it's also good for us to get past the worst waves of our own grief so that we can be more alert and aware to when those signs do come. So anyway, I hope that happens for you, Carl. Thank you for letting me know. Gina M says, hi, Donna. Hi, Gina. Joe says, hi, Bogey. Good to see you too. Y'all, this is Bogey. Bogey Yogi Dasher. Dasher's right back there asleep in his office. Hi, Lori Christine. It's so good to see you. Hi, Linda. Linda Kelzer. Joe says also, can you tell me what my guides are saying about my problems with a couple of relationships? Let's pop that one up. I feel like there are things going unsaid. There are things being withheld instead of just being sincerely forthcoming about what it is and how you feel, or maybe it's on their part, how they feel. There's just information that's being withheld, feelings that are being held back, assumptions that are being made about, well, I know they probably feel like blah, blah, blah. And that's always so unfair when people think that they know how you feel, or you think you know how someone feels, and you respond according to what you think they're feeling, or what they think you're feeling, because it's 90% of the time, it's like predicting a soap opera. It's not always true. So this is what the issue is communication and feeling safe enough to be frank and honest, and honest and forthcoming. But I'm seeing an image of being made aware of a need to just write out like what you feel like your side of it is and how it affects you and what you feel like could be done differently to put things right, and just get clarity on it in your own mind, just looking at it on paper. And then you can send that to the universe, to their guides. This is how I feel. And then give this to your angels to work with their angels, their guides. Give it to your guides, work with their guides. Give it to all of them and see what can happen to kind of soften everybody's heart to the point where folks really realize, that all we have is each other. We're not designed to be islands. We're not designed to be isolated and independent. We're designed to be interdependent. That's how we're wired. So, I hope you can protect your wiring, get things fixed, and get some real honest dialogue going with both of these relationships. I wish you luck with that. Let's see. Lori Christine is asking if I have a message from Nathan. He passed in January. Okay, Lori, let's see if we can bring Nathan in. So Nathan is coming in on his hind legs, rubbing his belly like, I am so full. This is so good. Like, I don't know if he had digestive problems before he crossed over, or if he was a picky eater, but he is like rubbing this big Buddha belly. Like he's very full and smiling. He says something about you thought you saw him, or you had a memory of him, like being on your shoulder or looking over your shoulder. And he was with you in that moment. And he was there. He's actually looking after you and looking in on you. I feel like I'm being made aware of something that happened to me after one of my really beloved animals passed, and I was lying in bed, and this particular animal slept with me, and I felt as I was just about to fall off to sleep, I could feel this like paws making little, the weight of paws on the covers, on the outside of the covers. And I raised my head up and I looked, and there wasn't anyone there. no animal there, of course, but I felt it, and that I know, and I found in subsequently in a reading that that was my baby coming to snuggle with me and to let me know that he's still with me. So I hope that happens for you as well. And like I said, so I was saying earlier, sometimes, once the major waves of grief have passed, we become a little more aware and to those lightly sensitive feelings that we get, impressions that we receive, things that we see in the corner of our eye, because it's not your imagination, it's really him. He's there and he's checking on you. So thank you, Nathan. And thank you, Lori Christine, for the question. Carl says, thank you. You are so welcome, Carl. Gina M., will my wallet be returned or be found? Thank you. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I'd have a heart attack if it was me. I don't even have a wallet anymore. I don't carry a purse anymore or anything. I switched a few years ago to a phone that doubles as a wallet. That's all I carry. If I lost my phone, that would be catastrophe. But I can't imagine losing a wallet. I'm going to draw cards. I'm shuffling. Let's see. And then I'm going to see at the same time what your guides have to say. I'm being made aware of an image of it being under something. It's not like smooshed under something, but it's under something. Let's see what the cards say. Breathe. I've got to figure out camera angles and lighting and stuff at this new computer. Trying to figure out, like, okay, what's going to get rid of the glare? There, breathe. And you can see that this is an angel in the background. I would give it to them. And there's I think it's St. Anthony that you ask to help find lost things. I'm not Catholic. Any Catholics in the group, please chime in, let me know. I think it's St. Anthony. St. Anthony, help me. What's lost can now be found. I can't remember the way the rhyme goes. But that doesn't hurt. And just ask your angels to direct you. Another thing you can do, hang on one second. I dropped a card. One thing you can do if you think it might be in your house, for any lost thing, if you think it might be in your house. Do you guys know how to do muscle testing? There's muscle testing where you can do like this, that there's also muscle testing like this. If anybody watches Cash Peters, he does it like this. And you can just go yes or no. So go from room to room. Is my wallet in this room? No. Next room. Is my wallet in this room? No. And just do that until you get to a yes, if you get to a yes, and then look at, is it against this wall? Is it against this wall? And then go and narrow it down so that perhaps you can at least narrow your search, if that helps. And I wish you luck, Gina. I hope it is found, and I hope it is under something, and I hope it's, just waiting to be found. Carl says, I'm very forthcoming. AK says, welcome back. Y'all have, I am so happy to be back. I'm happy to have a computer. That was a nightmare. I bought the new one because the sound went out while I was with Susan Lynn, or didn't go totally out, but it was like, well, according to some people, really garbled. And the camera had already gone out. I was using a clip-on camera. The keypad had stopped working. And so I was using a plug-in mouse. And then when the sound thing happened, I happened to be in Texas and I was visiting and I was near a Best Buy. We don't have big box stores in the Keys. So I had like a 3-hour drive to Miami if I had been here when that happened. So I took advantage of the situation and got a new computer. And then I had my computer guy from back in Texas transfer the stuff from the old computer to the new computer. The only problem is the computer guy didn't know. And of course, I am not tech savvy, so I had no idea. The old computer was Windows 10 and the new computer was Windows 11, and they don't like each other. So it knocked all the drivers out and the new computer, and it took them 2 days to figure out what they'd done wrong and fix it. And well, 2 days to figure out what they'd done wrong, and another day and a half to fix it and get all the information on it. And it didn't transfer passwords like it does normally when you get a new computer. I just have them transfer everything. So I'm having to spend two computers open all the time. And every time I open something, I still have the old one with the plug-in mouse working, and I'm entering it all in the new one. So I'm gradually getting there. And then once I get that all done, I'm looks like I'm going to have to adjust the lighting. I don't know if it looks really dark in the background to you guys, but we'll see how things work. Anyway, I appreciate your patience. Holy smokes. Oh gosh. Anja says, we're expecting a strong weather system shortly. Masses of tornadoes west of us. Anything I need to know for my neighborhood? Hold, please. Let me check. My goodness, I feel like something is going to skip right over your area and touch down a few miles away, some miles away from where you live. But I also feel like, that I'm seeing lights on, lights off, lights on, lights off. Might be some power loss. I'm also seeing too, like, go ahead and like fill up a jug of water and put it in the fridge, just in case. But I'm seeing literally filling up a jug with tap water. Yeah. But I do feel like you'll be okay. I wish you luck. Please check in and let us know how you're doing. I know I'm going to be live next Friday, but I'll be live again before next Friday. One evening next week, I'll be live. So I hope to see you again and hear from you that everything's okay. Pamela Bryan says, okay. Hello, everyone. Oh, AK had a blue butterfly this summer. Oh my gosh, those blue Morpheus are awesome. They're gorgeous. Stephen Oakley says, hi, Donna. Glad to be here tonight. It's nice to finally meet you. Hello. We're here hoping that you could connect with our cat Hazel, who is sick in the hospital this weekend. Okay. Let me see if I can connect with Hazel. When I connect with Hazel, Stephen, I am immediately drawn to my midsection, and there is pain in my abdomen. As soon as I said that, they took the pain away. That's a good sign. Let's see what else I can get on Hazel. So it feels like things are a bit sluggish. And this may be the medication that she's on, but it feels like almost like, you know how sometimes if you eat like a really big meal and it just sits like a lump and you can almost feel it sitting like a lump in your stomach. That's kind of what this feels like, as just like a lump in my abdominal area. I'm not feeling the pain like I was in the very beginning when she first brought me the signal. So let's see what else she's got. I'm just going to do a quick what I call body mapping. And Stephen, that's where she allows me to feel in my body what she's feeling in her body. Okay. She's already volunteering that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do more of a scan with her. I also feel like there's something with the esophagus or throat. It feels like it's down the middle through my torso. And on my back, I feel something. I don't know. It's like between my shoulder blades, along my backbone. I just feel an area of discomfort. So she knows it's you, Stephen, and she's sending out love hearts, sending you love. She doesn't feel much like talking. I'm not getting a lot of, I'm not hearing much, but she is sending you love. And it's almost sort of like if you've ever been on a Zoom call and you see those reactions where hearts kind of bubble up through somebody's screen. It's kind of like that. She's sending you love. I feel like they're keeping her sedated. I don't know if that makes sense, Stephen. But it's really interesting with this, it started out as a pain and then it ratcheted way back. And now it's just this presence. So that makes me, I'm not trying to project anything or deduce anything. This is what I'm getting. And you are more in touch with it and what's going on than I am. But it feels to me like improvement. Because it's not nearly as bad feeling now as it was when I first connected with her. Does that make sense? Anyway, I hope that's good. And feel free, if you don't mind, send me a quick email. You can get my text off my website if you want to text me. But my email address is connect@donnanorris.net. And you can email me if you would like me to send Reiki energy. I'll be glad to send energy healing to her every day, as I had been doing for Kobe and his comfort in his time. I do that for animals and people. So if any of you are in physical, emotional, or spiritual distress and would like to receive energetic healing from the universe through me, I would be happy to send daily Reiki for the rest of this month to anybody who contacts me. So it's better if you can email me so that I can make sure that I have it written down and I can put your name in my book. Thank you very much. Connect@donnanorris.net. Let me put that in. Put it in the chat here. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Stephen, for tuning in. It's good to have you here. Pamela Bryant says, Donna, can you tell me why my daughter's dog Jane keeps digging happening there, or if, I don't know, paws and hearts. Let's see. It's not as easy to connect with someone else's animal as it is with you guys, your own animals, because a lot of what I do is I pull through your bond to help them feel more comfortable and confident coming forward. But I'll see what I can do. I'm sure your daughter's dog knows you, Pamela. So let's see what we can pull through. This feels like my nose, there's something like I'm smelling something and I'm trying to get to something. I don't know if there was something poured on the lawn or if there's something, some kind of smell maybe in the flower bed or whatever, but it feels like wherever this dog is trying to get to the source of whatever this smell is. Residual. I don't know if there was another animal there, but it feels like it's some kind of residual odor. So I hope that helps, Pamela. Yeah. Whoops. Hang on. I'm trying to get back down here. Jane keeps digging. Okay. The daughter's dog is Jane. Okay. She came through. She's Jane is a 12-year-old Shih Tzu. I know other people with Shih Tzus. They're so cute. Okay. Denise G says, welcome back, Donna. Thank you. My dogs and the stairs are still challenging. Sky is doing much better going up and down, but really expects me to rub his belly at least once, preferably twice before using them. Why? Oh, let's see what Sky has to say. I hope you're getting settled into your new home. When Sky comes in, it's like he's coming in, he's just kind of looking around and shaking it, sort of like, whew, you know, this place. It's like it doesn't quite feel like the last home felt yet, Denise, and I feel like he's still just getting his legs under him and timid and needing mom's assurance that all is well. I do feel like they'll continue to get better. There's also a little bit of, I don't want to say sandbagging, but a little bit of, well, she'll rub my belly. I really like it when she rubs my belly, kind of thing. So they're just asking. As long as she'll do it. Yeah. But it's really sweet that you do that. He feels like that's sort of a special thing. Yeah. He does really enjoy it. So thanks, Denise. I hope that helps. I know. Pamela says, I think that sounds like a wonderful plan on Sky's part. I know, right? Oh, gosh. Lois says, hi, Donna. Hey, Lois. My mom, Rose Frisk, was put into hospice too early by my brother. We are trying to help her. Do the guides have any advice? Thank you so much. Let's see. Oh, I feel how do I say this? To be honest, it feels like there's been a little bit of exaggeration about your mom's condition on your brother's part, and your mom is having a difficult time overcoming that. That the with the healthcare providers and the caregivers. So calm and cheerful, calm and cheerful, as positive as she can be. To do as many things for herself as they will continue to allow her to do. And just to even ask if they will stand and watch while she does it for herself, or, allow her to at least try to continue to do some of the things that she still feels like she can do and should do. It will win them over. They're going to see that she's not in as much of a state of decline as perhaps they were perhaps as much as they first thought. But she's having trouble finding her voice, and And I'm really sorry that this feels like a bit of a betrayal, but it does feel like a bit of a betrayal. I'm really sorry she's having to go through that, and you as well. That's got to be really hard to watch. And you're not close. Like he's the one that's geographically the closest. I'm just going to draw a card and see if they have the cards have anything to add. My guides work through these cards. That's why they're so effective for all of us, right? Our guides and angels work with us through these cards. It's like my favorite gateway drug. Time will tell. Tick tock. You know, it's the clock is in her hands. So I think as time goes on, you know, they're going to be able to see and they're going to have to admit, excuse me, keep dropping cards, but she's going to be able to bring him around. That's what I feel like, but with a calm and even tempered, even toned, yet positive and cheerful demeanor as much as she can. You know, she's maybe not as confused as first thought. Keeping notes is always good. If she has a notepad that she can keep by her bed to make notes for herself of things that she wants to say when people come in, that's always good so that, you know, you don't let it slip your mind. I'm not in a state where I'm in assisted living or hospice care or anything remotely like that, and I tend to forget about things, you know, if I don't write them down. So I live with notepads. I live with to-do lists, and if it's not in my phone, it doesn't exist. So it's just a good idea. It might be a really good idea for her to just make notes for herself of what things that she wants to talk with them about, things that she wants to demonstrate when they're in the room so that they can see that she can do these things. And just each one of those things that she's able to cheerfully show will be like a victory. And I hope that helps. It'll help chip away at the misperceptions. Okay. And good luck, Lois. Let me know how things are going. God bless. Joe says, yes, it's a food thing. I have to respect all the different foods I buy for her that she doesn't like, and I have to give away, but I do respect her. Gosh, boy, have I been there. I had a cat like that. Stephen has another question. We're wondering if Hazel is in any pain right now. Is she scared? Does she feel loved and cared for? Aside from that, okay, it's amazing, y'all, how that kind of just comes rushing back. I feel very privileged to be able to have this visceral feeling thing that I'm able to do. But she's being kept comfortable and she's so sleepy. I think there must be a sedative involved there because she's not afraid. She's sending you love. She's trying to support you. So I think she's kind of mirroring a little bit of what she feels like you're worried about. So you try to rest assured, and if you can breathe in peace and calm, let that hold that in your heart and hold it in your, you know, in your lungs as you hold your breath. Breathe in peace and calm, hold it for a second or two, and then breathe out love and send that intention of that breathing. You're breathing in peace and calm for Hazel, to Hazel, swirling it around with love in your heart and breathing out love. And you're sending her love. It may sound a little hokey, but animals live and die and navigate by energy 24/7. So she feels that. And she knows you're thinking about her every time you do that. So just take a breath of peace and calm for her and exhale love back out to her. And she will feel every single one of those. That's like giving her, you know, cyber hug. She knows she's loved. She's sending you love back. Thank you, Stephen. Venus says, hey, Donna, I know our pets can be a soulmate type, but is it possible that some pets can be a twin flame? Or is that just people? Thanks. I'm asking my guides to help me have the words for this because I don't want to misspeak in my answer. So what they're saying is that because animals are our beloved animals, our companion animals especially, are so dialed into us that, and this is even happening with animals in the wild. I shouldn't really pigeonhole it, companion animals, but our pets, they're so dialed into us and our energy. They can feel when our energy shifts, when our feelings shift. They know when we're worried. They know when we're upset. They know when we're in physical pain. They know when we're in emotional pain. And some animals, in order to try to bring us back to the right now present moment, they will mirror what we're doing. They'll try to take on our pain. They'll try to take on our upset and feel it for us to try to relieve us of that burden. And so this, when you get an animal that's like that, often it is mistaken as like a twin flame, but it's really more of them mirroring and also modeling when they feel like enough is enough and it's time to suck it up and move on. They'll also start modeling the behavior that they want to see us shift into, as much as a twin flame might do. So I feel like they're not saying it's just people, but they're saying most of the time with animals, it's just them showing us um, and giving us a lot of times a soul lesson on releasing our own anxiety and letting go of those things that we can't control. Moving on to just remembering that right now, this minute, we're okay. And everything's going to be okay. There's nothing as sure in this life as there is change. That's for sure. Anyway. Denise, oh, sorry, this is meant for Pamela. All the levels of belly rubs. Lots of stairs. Pamela, Donna, you did a reading for me a couple months ago on my dog Chaz. He is a senior dog with heart disease, and your suggestion was to make his food more moist. I have done that. He seems to love it. Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's really good. And they have, different kinds of oils and nutrients in wet food. So I'm glad. I'm glad that's working for him. Thank you for letting me know. Denise says, this plan's working. Denise said this plan's working. Everybody's talking to each other. Sorry, you guys, I'm popping on the wrong things. I'm going to look for a question here. So many wonderful condolences, Carl, over Cody. We have a great group here. Stephen, if you're new, we have an awesome group. We support each other here. Yeah, he is roaming. He is happy now. Sleep well. Rest up. Christina O says 2 of Poppy's puppies have gone to their forever homes. Oh my gosh, Poppy is very sad today. I'm hoping I made the right choice for Chloe and Holly. Does Poppy have any messages about this change? Let me just see. She's got an element of, her own separation grief. She was, by the same token, she's really pretty tired of keeping up with all the puppies. And even though she misses them, it was their time. It feels like that's what's supposed to be happening. I feel like there's a little bit of lethargy with Poppy that is physical more than emotional, Christina. I feel like there's like some kind of mineral depletion I don't know if they have any kind of new mommy, lactating mommy vitamin supplement. I have no idea about that kind of thing, but I do feel like that there's an element, there's some sense of lethargy and fatigue in her that is related to just, making milk and taking care of that many puppies. If you could look into that, even Google something on that just to see, or ask the vet. Good, Joe. I'm glad that reading resonated with you. Venus has another question. Let's see. Should I allow my new friend Vicky to help me with my landscaping business, or shall I stay solo? Thank you, Donna. Oh, lucky you. My gosh. It's like instant therapy for me to get out in the yard. I'll even just go and blow leaves around and pick them up and put them in the thing just to be out fiddling in the yard. To do landscaping and plant plants and make beautiful scenarios and vignettes, I just think that takes an awesome talent. So I envy your talent. Let's see what it says about Vicky. I'm going to draw a card. How are we doing on time? Holy smokes, look at the time. I may go over a little bit today. If that's okay with you guys. Okay, let's see. What I'm getting is in the protection position. I hardly ever draw in protection, so let's just see what that means. It's the card Imagine, but it's in the protection position, which means, I'm going to show it to you. There's the man in the moon, and this is what it looks like, straight up and down. And then this is what I drew, upside down. Illusions and wishful thinking rooted in a sense of lack have entered your life. Now may be the time to see things as they truly are and not as you hoped or imagined they would be. Release any fear and then envision anew. Perhaps you're anticipating that something fearful might happen and recreating that image of disaster over and over in your mind. The universe responds to these projections, so be aware of catastrophizing. Things could just as easily go right as they could wrong. And no matter what, awfulizing things are a misuse of our imagination. So clear your slate, your inner slate in your mind. Stay grounded and stay real, and things should work out okay. So I don't know if that's what's going on in your mind about the potential pitfalls or whatnot, but it could also potentially be much richer and allow for you to have more business and allow for you to have more camaraderie and allow for the plants to respond to the positive energy between you, because, they do respond to our energy even when we're planting them. I'm sure you probably know this if you're in landscaping. And just see what happens. Good luck. I'd love to hear how that works out. Roseanne Giannotti says, lately anxiety is coming up again. Oh, I'm hearing that so much from people. I try to talk myself out of it. I am post chemo and I just want to be well. Any thoughts? Thank you so very much. Let me see what your guides have to say for us, okay? Your guides are saying you are progressing, and every day, almost every day, you seem to be able to do a little bit more. And I'm being cautioned, like, don't try to do too much too soon. Be aware that this regaining your strength and regaining your vitality is going to not necessarily bounce back as swiftly as it left you when you became ill. They're saying to just allow yourself the grace. I'm hearing ease and flow. to ease back into, the flow of your life. Don't try to do too much too soon. How about your post chemo? You didn't say how long post chemo, so I know that it really knocks you flat on your butt for a while before you come back and feel like you're on your feet again. There's something about it. I'm being made aware of something about having a sense of humor about, the soft slipper shuffle. Just shuffling around, just doing little bits and puttering around the house. I call it putzing. That's just my own term, but just, you know, taking it easy and not trying to push too much, but just do a little bit more each day and do something nice for yourself. Feeling like a new lotion or something like something to do with your hands, maybe a manicure. I'm not sure what this is about, but do something nice and be good to you. God bless, Roseanne. Let me know if you would like me to send some Reiki to help you retain and regain your stamina and vitality. Spirit Driver says it's nice to see me. It's nice to see you. And thank you. If you like what I'm doing, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. Working on bringing you some more stuff. Before I forget, next Friday, I'm going to be doing a live during the day with my friend Deborah Rotman. She's actually a retired veterinarian. She's also a shaman. She, like I am, an evidential medium. She's a psychic and an animal communicator, but she's also she's got this archangel connection, and she loves working with the archangel realm and the angels in general. So we're going to be talking about angel confirmations and angelic inspiration next Friday. So if you'd like to come and join in on that conversation and share some of your epiphanies and your angelic inspirations and confirmations, I'd love to see them in the chat. And it'll be 2:00 Eastern time next Friday. You can see it on my channel. I just posted today about it. And I've got a new crystals and crystal grid workshop coming up in April. I think it's going to be on April 13th, I think. Yes, it's a Sunday. It'll be posted in the next day or so, and it's just going to be like an hour and a half on how crystals work, what they do, how they do it, and how you can make a really effective use of crystals for some, we're going to have my top 3 crystals for bringing in abundance and wealth, health, and prosperity. Maybe even romance. I might throw in a bonus one and do 4 grids. Depends on how much we can get done in an hour and a half, but it's going to be from like 3 to 4:30, if I'm not mistaken. Sunday, April 13th. So stay tuned, and I'll give you more information about that as I get it posted. And let's see what else. Kathleen Moore. Can you pick up my past dog, Jerry, female? Yes, let's see if we can bring Jerry in, Kathleen. Red looks good on you, by the way, in your profile picture. Jerry comes in as I'd say a middle-sized dog, not a giant dog, but not a tiny dog. Her energy comes in and happy and just kind of at a little saunter to her walk. And she is one that she is like super happy to see you in the moment when she first greets you, and then she knows to sit and not be too much of a kisser and not, mind her manners. She sits and she's got this very ladylike sit with the tail swishing. So I hope this reminds you of Jerry. Let's just see if she's got a message. Why do I feel like it's something like a spaniel type of energy or look, fur with a swishy tail? Kathleen, she says when she crossed over, she immediately encircled your head with her spirit to just kind of give you one last love as she passed into the spirit realm, as her soul left her body. I don't know if you were there in that moment or if you felt that, but she wants you to know how appreciative she was of her time with you. And she's feeling like she's doing this on her heart. It was really a good life. So thank you, Kathleen. I hope that in this short amount of time, I hope that is a good message for you from her. I don't know how long she's been gone, but she is still coming through strong. Oh, Lori says Nathan was a starving feral kitten that was rescued. She had adopted him. Oh my gosh, he was always food insecure. Wow. Okay. Thanks for that feedback. Gosh, AK. Speaking of spaniels, AK says, was my Springer Spaniel upset with me when after she passed and I saw her shadow next to my bed? I told her she could go to the light, that I would be okay. She's, first of all, I will say in my experience, she's checking on you. And that's not the only time that she has come to next to your bed. Even after you told her to go to the light, they can come back. Once they're in spirit, you know, they have no form. They're not tied to a meat sack like we are. So they can cross back and forth between the spirit realm and our physical realm to check on us. And they do that. So when you feel her, she's making sure that you're okay. And it was really sweet of you to assure her that she could go and have her freedom and her time and to be her most optimal self. But upset, no, there was just so much love there. So much love there. There is something about a collar and something about a bowl that is, she's carrying it. First she has one thing in her mouth, then she has the other thing. So I'm not sure what that means, but I hope you can, if it makes sense to you, something about a collar and a bowl. Oh, it is St. Anthony for lost things. Thanks. I appreciate that. Let me see how many more are left. Holy smoke, there's a bunch. There's so many. Golly, where did I go? Where did the time go? Okay, we'll keep going. Here, Kathy B has the Finder of Lost Things. Let me just thank you, Kathy B. Oh, glorious Saint Anthony, finder of lost things, I humbly seek your interception. With faith, I entrust my missing item to your care. Guide my search with divine wisdom and restore what is lost. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing that. Wow, appreciate you. Here's another one. I think this is the rhymey one. Where did it go? I lost it. St. Anthony, St. Anthony. Well, it's gone. Oh, I lost it. Wait. Mina says mirroring my issues is what makes me think maybe they could be twin flames too. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Yeah, it does kind of give us that feeling, doesn't it, when our animals do that? And they are always teaching us. I'm glad you're listening. You know, they do teach us a lot about ourselves And the more we change and evolve, the better they feel like they're doing in their time here with us. So way to go, Venus. Okay. Come here. Bogey's back. He wants to be picked up, but then he steps back. Come here, little man. Okay. Leah says, so sorry to be late. May I ask my cat Mouty in heaven if I'm ready for a new cat or kitten? Absolutely. Let's see what your cat Mouty has to say, Leah. And I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Mouty is coming in, Leah, with a baton. And I say that because she's like, do you remember doing relay races in school? Any of you guys remember how we do those 4-man relay teams? And we would all be spaced around the track, and one person would run and they would hand the baton off, and we'd grab it and we'd go and we'd run to the next person. She's bringing her baton to pass. So, but she's saying this new animal, cat or kitten, is not going to take her place. It's just going to be a different personality. So, if you can understand that and be ready for a totally different personality type than what Mouty was, then you're ready. But she is ready to pass the baton, and will be there popping in to check on you guys to make sure everything's going okay. One more. I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to go. But wow. Thank you, Leslie. It's good to be back. Thank you for coming. I figure half a show is better than no show. I'm glad for whatever time you guys could come and spend. It's wonderful. I'll try to do better about skipping through. Deep Pain says, my cat Sebastian passed in February. He died not only in pain, but fear. I didn't understand that until he was gone. It's my hope he now understands. He was in ICU. Let's see what Sebastian has to say. And I'm releasing Mouty. Mouty's giving you this, Leah. Kisses. So what Sebastian's making me aware of is that as he was crossing, our soul knows when, like, for example, when we are human and we're in end stages of disease or whatnot, we'll sometimes slip into a coma before we actually pass. And as Sebastian was nearing the end, and his soul is knowing that it's nearing the end, the soul starts the process of leaving the body even before the body ceases to function. And that is all souls' way of taking care of the psyche of the person or of the animal. So to shield and to protect and comfort the soul of Sebastian, his essence, the soul started leaving before he actually passed. His feeling is that there wasn't as much pain as you thought. It was just more like discomfort. And he understands, as most animals do, about the process of crossing over. And for them, it's like graduation. And so for him, it was like a release. And there was, once the soul started lifting out of the body, he's like, this is what's happening. Okay, I'm good now. I'm good now. So I hope that makes sense for you, that it wasn't like you must have feared, like most people might think. You know, animals, when they don't stay till the bitter end, just like people, we go into shock, and we don't feel a lot of times what's going on with severe injuries, and with pain. We go into shock. So that's kind of how he was, and he was ready to be released. And I hope that helps you. And I'm really sorry for your loss. It's just now March, so it's very recent. I'm really sorry. But Sebastian is restored and resting and doing well. Take care of yourself in the meantime. Do what you need to do to take care of you. Oh, Leslie says I always make her cry. I'm a softie with animals too. Y'all probably see me every now and then misting up, but it's having the ability to feel what they feel. Sometimes it's their emotion that's coming through, and they have so much love for y'all that it's hard. It's hard to keep a straight face because they want to express love. They want to express the immensity of their love and regard and gratitude that they have for the life that they had with you guys. That it's a lot. And so thank you for giving your animals such a love-filled life, each and every one of you. They appreciate it. I appreciate it. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my body when they come through. There's just no denying it. Sebastian knows how much he was loved. All of these animals who have crossed it, they know how you felt. They know that bond is still there. Just because they're on the other side doesn't mean that the bond has gone away. When it's your time, far, far, far down the road to cross over, our animals are going to be there to greet us. I, for one, am looking forward to my posse and seeing them all again. But they are going to be there. They'll be fine, and they are fine, and they'll be checking on us periodically in the meantime. And you can call them in, like I said earlier, in your dreams. You can ask them for signs, to send you signs that they're around, and they will. And I'll just close by saying how grateful I am for all of you. AK says that his dog loved frisbees and balls and would try to carry both. Thank you. She was a great dog. I'm sure she was. Anyway, I appreciate all of you, and I will see you next time. Thank you for your support, and thank you for being here. Bye for now. See ya.